Welcome back to Coronavirus, your questions answered. Starting now, looking at the swings in the Dow this week on the markets. The Dow Monday up, Tuesday down, Wednesday and Thursday before swing. Bit back up today, gaining 1,985 points. We have some special guests in our studio tonight live answering your questions. We have Jay Mattier, a financial coach, and then Kenny Colbert with the Employers Association. So questions to both of you. First, Mr. Mattier, is this going to continue, and what should people be doing now in this moment if they don't have that savings in place that you talked about? And then Mr. Colbert, how can we help local businesses? So starting with you, sir.
First of all, I'd just like to thank Erica and Scott for having this forum, because it's very important where people get their news from and their information. And the more information that we provide, that people aren't getting it all over the place, then we'll be able to help the situation move forward. As far as the stock market, there's been swings in the stock market forever, ever since its existence. And this is nothing new. We look at the 1987 Black Monday, was supposed to be the worst crash of all time. But then since then, we've had other crashes that compelled. Again, you ride out the storm, you utilize it, and the very savvy investors are actually making money. If you keep your head on your shoulders and just stop, think, there's an opportunity to buy, things are going low, there's opportunity to buy, there's an opportunity to put more money in your investments, as well as looking at diversification and make sure that everything is spread out. Because, you know, it's always said, the market goes up and the market goes down. And there's ways that people can make money in both markets. So if people have a savvy financial planner or a financial coach or a personal advisor, they should be talking with them, they should be in close contact with them to understand what's going on and how it's affecting their portfolios.
Kenny, you know, some businesses, small businesses even, do offer 401k and sometimes matching. What would you say to those employees who log on and see that that number shrinking a lot the past 2 weeks?
Well, it's a scary feeling, because I think we've all personally experienced that in the last couple of days. And the experts will tell you, just don't look at the accounts that closely right now. And the market will come back. It's just going to take a matter of time. But talking about local businesses and things, the natural tendency, I think, of people is to hibernate in a situation like this. And we still need to get out and support our local businesses. You may not be comfortable going to a restaurant and having a sit-down meal, but you've got to eat. So these restaurants, get some takeout, etc. But we've got to get out and support the local businesses. If not, this is just going to be a crucial hit on the economy.
That's absolutely true. We'll worry about the restaurants and their workers. We have questions coming in on Facebook as well. I want to move on now to Haley Lawrence, who asked, can someone spread the virus without showing symptoms if they have that? And Dr. Passaretti, Dr. Sullivan, either one of you want to take that up? I don't show symptoms, but I have it. Can I get other people sick?
So, you know, I think one of the challenges with COVID-19 or this novel coronavirus is we're still learning a lot more. What we do know is that with all viruses, you are more likely to be contagious or infectious when you do have symptoms. And that's because one of the major ways that it is spread is through coughing or sneezing and spreading respiratory droplets into the air. And you're obviously more likely to do that when you're sick. However, the risk of asymptomatic transmission, so spreading the disease before you're sick, there is always a risk with viruses. Right now, we just don't know it. But I think we do feel pretty confident that that is not considered to be a major mode of transmission right now. We just don't know all the details.
Okay. Well, Dr. Passaretti, I guess that's why it's so important to get the testing. People need to know as soon as possible if they have it, because they can then keep themselves away from others, and we can do what they call flattening the curve, right? Prevent this from getting too bad.
Yeah, I think, you know, the discussion of whether testing is important varies a little bit depending on where we are. So right now it's important to know that the virus is in our general area. Once we know it's spreading around, then the utility of that testing becomes much less. The importance is staying home when you're sick, you know, doing those basic hygiene things, which we should be really doing for any respiratory virus to prevent further spread.
All right. And we are going to continue in just a moment with coronavirus questions answered. We'll be back in just a moment with more viewer questions, talking about things like health insurance. We'll be right back.